Okay, today is Wednesday, June 20th, 2024. We're going to the Washoe County, Reno Library Storytime Hour. Okay, June 20th, Wednesday, or Thursday, Thursday, June 20th, Washoe County, Reno Library, Transsexuals with Children Storytime Hour. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. I came though.
I got that little one right. I'm sorry.
I'm sure they're all happy to see me.
Yeah.
No, you're not in the way.
I saw a security guard running to get here, so I'm sure they're already called them.
Now,
They're all inside there.
This so when the cops come up to us and say, "Hey, you
Got to help the groomers.
do that."
Yes. Well, they're paid to help the groomers.
No, we don't have freedom because they want to take that. Hi, Ann. They want to take that. Good to see you, girl.
Yeah. How are you?
I'll give you a hug. No, it's good to see you. A wonderful dinner. We love you.
Good morning.
Hello,
Our
Ann.
sound mind is.
I don't do that party.
Yeah, you just. Yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
Can I have a hug?
We don't have anything actually,
No.
except we do have this one on Saturday. Yeah. And then these are some articles. Yeah. I mean, it just says paper. He just don't care. And there's nothing wrong with surety. Some of them.
Good morning, Marcus.
How you doing? Good morning, sir.
Good seeing you again, sir.
Good to see you, brother. How you doing, man?
Keep waking up. Life is good.
Careful.
That's all you got to do.
Yes, sir. And it's not that hard. Just to see each other. Your body goes at the mornings. No, you heard it. Focus on being a library guard now.
I do have to focus on.
How are you doing today?
Fine, how are you? And
And
sober.
I don't know if we've actually met. You
No,
may
I
have seen me.
You sitting there.
You see me around.
Yes, I do.
And I ran for AD 40.
They're willing to donate some
It's
money.
PK O'Neill, and I like what you just said, because what you just said is policy over party, because the whole thing is about policy, and this whole party thing is just stupid.
Party or religion.
It's policy. It's the Constitution. Well, you're an attorney.
Yes, I know it well.
How come most elected people don't know it?
I don't think they teach it.
That's sad, isn't it? It's very sad.
Welcome. How are you? Good morning. We got library kids.
What office are you running for?
Me, I was running. I got primaried out.
What office were you running for?
I ran for Assembly 40 against PK O'Neill, the minority leader.
What was your positions? Or did you do a position paper on anything that's important to the state?
Oh, it's essentially what I am is I'm a small business guy. And the reason I ran is I tried to call PK back in October, and he never called me back. And so I filed to run in March, and 7 minutes after I did that, I got a phone call. But essentially all that I wanted to do, and what I'm still working on, is fake ad hoc rules that the state has come up with to regulate businesses and people that have no legislative intent or approval. And I basically,
Such as?
well, there's a tax you're paying right now that you're not even aware of, that your insurance company covers for you. So every time the highway patrol calls for a tow truck, there's a $25 fee that goes to this company in California that gives the state free services. Now, a fee is a tax during the Constitution. And the Nevada Transportation Authority and Department of Public Safety came up with this administrative fee so they could get free services that the people of Nevada pay for. And it costs $25 every time the highway patrol calls for a tow truck.
Okay.
So that affects your insurance rates. So whether you pay the insurance, or you pay for the tow, or your insurance company, one way or the other, you're paying for it in your rates.
Okay.
And in my view, according to the Constitution,
The federal or state?
state
Okay.
state Constitution, Article 4, Section 18 requires a 2/3 majority to pass any new fee or any new tax, right? So how does the highway patrol get to pass a new fee and a new tax by just simply creating an administrative fee without going through the legislature?
Interesting.
And so I called PK to work on, this is one of many problems, and he didn't call me back, so I wanted to make a point. So I paid $100 to run. I made a point.
Get some support?
I got a couple thousand votes, so
Nice. Good for you.
and I'm just going to go lobby and work on doing it from the lobbyist standpoint. Go try to
Registering
keep
as a
changing.
lobbyist then?
Yep, I've done that before, so I'll do that again.
Very good. Which people you'd be lobbying for, or just as an individual?
What I'm probably going to do is start my own PAC, because I think what the issue is it affects pretty much every small business in the state. There's all these regulations that have been created in the last 10 years that aren't truly regulations under the definition of the law. They haven't been registered with the Legislative Council Bureau. They haven't been codified. Yet state agencies like the DMV are enforcing regulations that never existed because some bureaucrat decided that they wanted a new rule.
And the legislature hasn't deferred any of its authority to regulatory agencies, so they can't charge fees without actually getting 2/3. I know taxations can't, but fees.
Well, no, if you read Article 4, Section 18, a fee is listed as a tax in the Constitution. Any fee or tax.
By a regulatory board, by any...
A state agent, the executive branch isn't allowed to make their own fees, are they?
Not without legislative approval.
And that's my whole issue, is they've been making all of these fees, and there's regulations out there that are designed as, according to the chief of the DMV police, designed to prevent profit from small businesses. Why does the DMV chief of police, why do we even have a chief of police for the DMV, the tax collection agency? Can't DPS enforce laws? But why does he get to decide that small businesses shouldn't be able to make a profit? As far as I know, small businesses, well, you're a for-profit corporation registered with the Secretary of State. You're here to make a profit. Yet, he doesn't want small businesses to make profits.
How does charging a fee say don't make profit?
Well, no, that's one issue. There's many issues that they've done this on. So there's probably hundreds of different regulations that don't really exist that they've created in the last 10 years. But for example, one way that they do it is they make your title become a salvage title as opposed to just a clean title. So when you go to sell a car and a small business is trying to sell a car, deal with a car, they're forced to get a salvage title as opposed to getting a clean title, and that reduces profits. That's just one thing. Or they create extra layers of paperwork on top of paperwork that the legislature never intended to have. And every step you take in a business is a cost. So like my whole issue with this thing here is, good morning.
So, unfortunately, I have to be the bearer of bad news. Due to your behavior over at the North Valleys Library, you have been suspended for 365 days for forcibly entering the library and injuring a staff person. So what that means for you today is you won't be able to go into the library. If you do enter the library, we will have to trespass you. If you want to appeal it, or if you have any questions...
So you're trespassing me for filming then, huh?
No, we're trespassing you if you enter the library after the suspension has been issued. You're suspended because you forcibly entered into the North Valleys Library.
I didn't forcibly enter.
And you injured a staff person.
I didn't injure a staff person. My foot is hurt.
I'm not going to have an argument with you, but here's your paperwork. If you have any questions, contact Jeff, okay?
Contact Jeff?
He's the person, and I have all the paperwork right
So
now.
where was the process within this? Was I ever notified of this process?
You're being notified right now.
So shouldn't I have been notified before you try to kick me out?
I wasn't the person who did this, so I'm here to serve you the paperwork.
Okay, but what's your name?
My name is Kristen.
And what's your last name, Kristen?
I'm Kristen Ryan.
Okay, Kristen, are you aware that you can be personally sued?
I have no comment at the time. Just
Kristen Ryan. Well, I'm just letting you know what my actions will be. What my actions will be is going to be a lawsuit. Cool. So I can't go in the library because I recorded, I guess. Interesting.
Is that
saying that I tried to forcibly enter the other library when they were open during business hours?
you mean on the 15th?
Yes.
When the doors are locked?
When the doors were locked.
When the doors are locked.
With people locked inside.
Yeah, with people locked inside, like
Did you
myself.
try and go in?
Well, they opened the door and I grabbed the door to try to enter, and then they pulled it shut and hurt my foot. And they're saying since I was trying to go in their door when it was open, I guess that was unlawful.
Why were you trying to go in?
Because it was during normal business hours, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh, I thought it was a special event.
There was no signs or anything that said it was closed to the public.
Okay. And you're Drew Rebar, right?
Yes. Who are you?
I'm Bert Johnson with KUNR News.
Oh, hey. How are you doing?
Good. Is this y'all's booth on that side?
I don't have a booth. I'm just out here filming.
You're just filming. Is that your booth?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You two know each other.
No,
Well, I've seen you at library board meetings together.
I don't think I've ever. I don't know her name.
You haven't been introduced.
No,
Okay.
I just show up to record and disseminate,
What's-
kind of like what you do.
Yeah, for sure.
And freedom of the press, Article 1, Section 9 of the Nevada Constitution. This is a public building, public space, and it's well documented, case law, that if you're simply recording, trying to gather information inside of a public space, that's lawful.
And what are you trying to record images of? I mean, what brings you here?
The conflict between the two parties. We're spending money, public funds, on sexualizing children. My question is, why aren't we reading stories from drag queens, transsexuals, to homeless people, old people? Why is it just children they're targeting? And that's creating a conflict between the two parties here, and that's a public interest. Just like, why are you here?
Have you reached out to our center to ask about organizing like drag queen story hours for
Actually, at
retirees?
the last meeting, I specifically asked the gal in the blue over there, the gal that runs our center, I said, why don't you guys do this for other groups? And she won't answer the question. So my question is, why are we just targeting children with Drag Queen Story Hour? Why aren't we having transsexuals read to, like I said, senior citizens? Why aren't they reaching out to the homeless population? Why aren't they reaching out to other disadvantaged populations in our community and trying to uplift them? Because that's what they say their message is for these children, right?
You're using the word targeting a lot. Why do you choose that word?
Well, what do you think it is? Is it?
I'm not a mind reader. That's why I'm asking.
Well, if you're specifically going after one group and targeting one group and ignoring the others, is that targeting, or is that just doing a broad net and trying to capture as many people to get them to see your information and make a decision on your information? Whereas if you're just going after one group of people, children specifically, and children are very influenceable, that seems to be a very targeted audience.
And you said children are easily influenced. What are you afraid they're going to be influenced by?
What am I afraid they're going to be influenced by? Anything with sexuality. Why should kindergartners have anything sexual put onto them? Why should any minor have anything sexual put onto them? We regulate our movies, PG, G, R. We don't allow our movies to target anything with children that we let them see. We keep porn magazines back behind covers so children can't see them. We keep sexualized issues away from our children. Yet here we are using public funds to specifically sexualize children with somebody that, according to the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, has a mental disorder. And statistically...
That's actually a really outdated version of the DSM. They update it every year.
Well, all that I'm saying is you're taking people that have a sexual agenda and you're targeting children with that sexual agenda.
So you're saying drag queens have a sexual agenda?
I would say our center has a sexual agenda.
Our center has a sexual agenda. What do you think the sexual agenda is?
I don't know, I've never been there, but obviously it seems to include children.
Okay. Well, thanks for chatting, Drew.
Do you agree that children should be sexualized?
Well, it's not about my opinions today.
Well, no, it is about your opinions because you're here capturing information too, so obviously you have an interest in this. And public radio is notoriously liberal, right?
Well, people like to put that reputation on us, but
well, let's have some questions about the funding and the stories that public radio puts out there. So does public radio push more of the liberal agenda, or is public radio pushing more of the conservative agenda? Are they neutral in what they're publishing?
Just a second.
Absolutely. Isn't it fun to ask questions of each other?
It's fun.
That's the joy of putting information out there. People can see it and they can form their own decisions. So what do you think the agenda of public radio is with public tax dollars?
The first thing I'll say is I don't work at the programmatic level. I'm a reporter, and so I don't know much about the funding. But generally speaking, public media stations receive a super small % of their budget from public dollars. The vast majority of what we get at KUNR, we're a community-supported radio station. So the vast majority of our funding comes from community members like yourself who support the station on a monthly basis. That's usually kind of the model they take, right? They'll do like a recurring donation. We also get underwriting from people in the community, businesses, groups, Chamber of Commerce, things like that. When it comes to agendas, I'm a local government reporter. The controversy surrounding local libraries, which are an arm of local government, has become a big issue in the community, and so that's why I'm here today.
So it sounds like you're here for the same reason I'm here, because there's a conflict between two parts of our society. You've got the Our Center people, and you've got the people that see this as sexualizing children. So would you agree that we're here for pretty much the same reason, to see what's really going on?
Well, I think we're both here to see what's going on. It seems like you have an interest in one side versus the other.
Right.
And of course, that's your First Amendment right. There's nothing I can say against that. My role is not to have a position one way or the other. My role is to ask questions of both sides.
Well, I ask questions of both sides, but I don't think you can not have as a reporter, no matter what, whether you're looking at CNN, NPR, Fox News, every media outlet has a political agenda, because the media outlets are being used as political tools to push one agenda over another agenda. Now, NPR, public radio, has a very leftist agenda from what I've seen and what they publish. They very rarely publish anything that's more on the conservative side, whereas other media outlets like me, running through YouTube and Rumble and other media outlets, and the freedom that the internet's given all of us to make everybody a reporter now, a member of the press, and able to exercise their press rights, has upended the narrative a lot, I think. So now, as opposed to just getting your information from three sources, NPR, ABC, whatever, now you've got a lot of other sources out there that are coming up with a different view and a different approach, and letting more people see a more balanced story, so they can look at the NPR side of things, where you're probably going to have a more liberal bent, or they can come and look at guys like me that are running First Amendment audit channels. Actually, I was interviewed by the public radio in Carson City. We had a nice talk. I don't know if you heard that.
What's that station called again? The community station up there, right? Yeah, I know some of the folks who work there. That's good.
Yeah, I sat down, I've got a video, and I think he's published the interview now, so I'll publish that on my channel.
Yeah.
But I think what my real hope is over time, the two sides can come together and have more of a neutral ground and be more in the middle. Because what I'm seeing with voters is there are becoming more and more independents compared to partisan politics. So how do we move everything back into the middle? So I think the middle is a much better place for our society.
Okay.
Would you agree with that?
Well, I don't know, but I'm glad you shared your perspective with me. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that the people over here, at the transsexual, I think they should be free to live their life. I think the people on the other side should be free to live their life. But on the other hand, my view is we need to make sure that children are not sexualized or put into positions that children need to be protected from, and that way they can maintain their childhood for as long as possible. Because in my opinion, a child should be allowed to be a child and not a sexualized thing.
Thanks for your opinion.
That's an opinion.
Appreciate it, Drew.
We all got one. What's your opinion?
Oh, I wanted to ask, by the way, what's your take on the primary results? I know that you were running against PK O'Neill, and it looks like he came away with the primary victory.
Yep. Well, my goal was to make a point. So I'm a small businessman. That's why I'm out here recording, is because I've seen government overstep, create fake regulations, create fake taxes that you're paying for, that I'm paying for, whether you're paying directly or through your insurance company, one way or the other you're paying for them. So anyways, in October I reached out to my assemblyman, PK O'Neill. He never called me back. March rolled along, and I went down and filed a run for his office.
What is it?
It's saying that I can't go to the library.
Policy. It doesn't really say anything on there. It's just if you violate their rules, then they can come down.
Well, so do I need to make them trespass me? That's the question.
I got it too, Drew.
What did you do that was naughty?
Because of I got upset outside the library because I found out they locked us in. They said I was blocking.
So, let me see here.
They said you were blocking?
So they did not trespass me, or did they trespass me?
It makes them behave.
Okay.
Gotta get my telephoto lens on this thing for that one.
They're saying that I forced myself in their door.
I was provoked by this woman over here. And I said, ma'am, I don't want to argue with you. I really don't.
She provoked you, huh? Wow.
No, I'm being honest with you. I'm just being fair.
Yeah, but you might have a legal leg to stand on. I know we gotta fight these people with the law.
But she thought she was going to give me a bunch of.
Yeah. Amen.
I don't want to.
It's so good, right? I think there was a lemur here too. It's really cool. So they're doing such good work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say that you're a volunteer with our center?
No, absolutely not. I in no way want to put my private protest on our center. I'm not affiliated at all. I love our center and I'm a proud supporter of our center. I am a mom who's angry that people like Drew Rebar take photos and videos of my children without my permission. If somebody were lurking outside of children's events anywhere else, outside of a school, outside of a playground, taking photos of children, I think we would all think, wow, that's a predator. And instead, that man was on our ballot this last go-around. So I think it's really important to understand that their actions are hypocritical to what they're saying. They come to the meetings, claim that they're protecting children, and then come and do stuff like this, record my children without my permission. So I think it's important to note.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for the chat. Would it be okay if I got a quick photo?
Sure.
Excellent, thank you.
Do you want me with Drew?
Sure.
Okay, great. I've got a couple signs if you want a few options.
I like this one's great. 1, 2, 3.
Here, I've got one more actually. Hang on. Can I do this one? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hello. Hi.
Way in the way back there. Yeah.
I know that you're busy. Do you have a couple minutes?
Yeah, let's go back over here so we can. Hello.
How you doing? Good.
And I know that one of the favorite library questions. You guys want some flags?
So who are you?
I'm Candace. Okay, I think we're just gonna get a wrist. I'm good, and then you guys can.
Another day.
Yeah.
Another day. How'd you get involved in all this?
I've got children.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I just got
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to come in and 7-year-old grandson out at Boys and Girls Club because a couple other older kids showed pornography. Men doing it to men. Oh yeah, it went to the highest level. Oh yeah, that's happening.
I'm curious what your definition of pornography is, I guess. Yours.
Well,
Porn murder's definition? I know it when I see it.
well, I think
the more you wear the
silly me. I don't get what the whole point is of inserting a penis into another guy's butt.
I guess you
I got
could say
that.
the same
I got that on here.
Good.
So I'll give you the clip of it. I'll give you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you did a good job, man. That is perfect. Yeah.
Didn't screw up the answers then, huh?
No, perfect. It's like you can't argue with them. But they won't post them.
Okay, thanks.
You know,
But I will.
yeah, you will. You got it right there too. That's right. I was wondering which one was on.
They're both on.
Oh, okay.
That way, because the sun sometimes heats up your camera and turns it off.
Yeah, that's what it does on my other camera, my Canon.
So I always use multiple cameras, and that way you don't hopefully miss anything.
Yeah. I got an old Canon T3i, and I'm going to bring that to the Nevada Pride event. Because I took it, I was photoing the Nevada Pride event last July, and it overheated on the show. I wanted to get some nudity, but they didn't do that.
That's sad. Here, let me go get something here.
But no.
Why won't you read the adults? Using your umbrellas.
Oh, yeah, almost hit you. According to a sign, we're all predators.
Carroting that one. Where'd that girl go? There she is.
Yeah. Well, good morning.
gentlemen?
How are you?
Good morning again.
Wonderful. I'm glad we made it finally.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting time.
Yeah, that's what I hear so far.
I'm trespassed from the library for a year.
Right? Why?
Because evidently when I was trying to go into the library during public hours, I assaulted somebody because I put my foot in the door. And you're not supposed to do that when the library is open this last Saturday.
Oh, that wasn't today then, for some point in the past?
Well, the last Saturday.
Yeah.
When we were at that other thing.
Hi, Fred.
Oh, boy.
So I do have to issue some bad news. Due to your behavior at the North Valley's Library on Saturday, the manager has issued you a suspension.
What behavior?
Behavior that interrupted staff work. So the manager at the North Valley's Library did issue a
What was it? I need to know what it was.
It's in this report. If you have any questions, contact Jeff Scott right here. And
Jeff here?
He's not here at the moment. What that means to you, you're more welcome to hang out here, but you won't be able to come inside the room. Okay, you don't want your appeals paperwork?
What's that?
You don't want your appeals paperwork?
What good will it do?
You can fill out the appeals.
And what will that do?
Class action lawsuit. We can sue her personally too.
Yep.
See, in Nevada, there is no qualified immunity in the state of Nevada anymore, and there is now a cause of action to bring lawsuits against government employees.
What's her name?
I've got it recorded here. Kristen.
Yeah.
But hey, so you and I. No, this is not a bad thing. It just gives us a cause of action.
Yeah.
See, I got one too. You're not special. That's what Jeff Scott told me. You got one and I got one.
Yeah, you got served too, so you can't go in the
Aggressive
library.
behavior towards staff preventing them from doing their job.
So we all need to get together.
Special. I'm special too.
So we all need to get together and start a lawsuit against all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going
yeah.
in? She gets to go in?
That's what it takes. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm gonna see if I can go let me in there.
Yeah, they haven't given you a piece of paper yet. Go in and record everything. Go try to go in their children's section, because that's what they had blocked off last time, is they wouldn't let you in the children's section.
Yeah, so I'm gonna continue my recording.
What the hell? She gets to go in? WTF? Question mark, question mark. Watch them stop me. Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, so are we not allowed to go to library meetings now? That's a good question.
That is a great question.
So you can't attend public meetings?
Yeah, well, that's what they'll do to every one of us one at a time, so that then they can clear the meeting.
Well, I got Gianna's dad's phone number.
What good does that do?
Oh, we'll let Gianna know what's going on in the library board.
Yeah.
But the real solution is we need a lawsuit.
The Federalist paper title, because clearly the organization doesn't know what the Federalist paper is even
Got a picture of the cow. Identifies as a cat.
Look at this. Oh, look at all those.
Quite like that.
So how many of these did they hand out? That's what we need to find out. Let's see if my attorney answers.
You got any I can hold? I've got lots. What do you want? I was hoping Bruce would be either that one or this one. Here's a good one. Do you hear the stories? I was gonna put here for the glitter, but I didn't have any glitter. So.
We should have next time. We'll make a glitter nightmare.
Yeah. I know.
Well, they may have misgendered me. How the hell do they know?
Exactly.
I left it blank in case I felt inspired in the moment.
What?
They decided my gender based on the look. I'm not sure I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
I'm
It
going-
depends on how you want to identify at the moment.
I know.
Yeah. What is a man?
Right.
I guess you have to look into your genes.
Approximate age 50 to 59. I like that.
My question is for Christopher Daniels. Who is it benefiting more, the children or Christopher? Is he getting off on it?
Yeah.
I've been kind of, yeah.
You know, it's all pieces together in destruction of our great nation. It's one of just one web.
When my son was in kindergarten, I was living with him. I hope those people know I know. Oh, perfect. She gave him an
So you got one. Do I got your phone number?
Don't know. I'll give you a card here.
Yeah, give me your stuff.
Okay.
It's my attorney's working on something, so this will add to it. Or I'll just go down and file it.
Making sure the resources are more accessible to the community and that, you know, the website's more accessible and like just getting information.
Well, this is nothing.
They had to do some work to get your picture.
Yeah, they went to my website because I'm in real estate.
It really is. So we're
So they got my picture too.
They know everything about you.
Yeah, right.
At 6:01 in the morning, you're going to get a call from the SWAT team. It's like that poor guy that was head of the airport authority in the South, and apparently the FBI he was really involved in buying and selling guns. He was a collector, a major one, loved it. And 6:01 in the morning, FBI showed up at his door, woke him up, thought they were getting broken into.
30 seconds later, he was dead.
Huh?
30 seconds later, he was dead.
Yep, exactly. The only one that's still talking about it is Mike Huckabee on the show. But this is where they're going. They're going after all these individuals.
Where's all the kids? Any kids here?
They're all inside. There were barely any kids that showed up.
It's more about the adults than it is the kids.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, my question is, why are they targeting children? Why aren't they doing transsexuals reading to seniors, transsexuals reading to the homeless, transsexuals reading to the veterans, transsexuals reading to all of these groups?
Right.
Why are they only targeting children?
Well, we all know the answer to that is totally the destruction of the nuclear family. The goal is depopulation. That's why I really like the saying, if my dad were queer, I would not be here.
That's true. I don't know, I got some cousins and my uncle's pretty queer.
Oh, is that right?
So here's how I look at the whole thing. So I watched my uncle when I was a young kid.
Yeah.
And he was just a very confused, screwed up human being.
Well, usually.
And when he
they
came
all
out
have
when he opened up about being what he truly was,
issues.
he became much less psychotic. He's living true to what he thinks he is. He's not including children. Is it my job to judge somebody else if they're not harming other people?
Right. Yeah.
So he's a much more sane individual, and I love the man. Was he better off being married to my aunt?
Who was it?
I don't think it was good for them. Just watching the family dynamics. So being true to yourself is a very important thing to maintain sanity.
Everybody has a story in their family.
And we all do.
Yeah.
And it's not for me to judge anybody else unless you're harming other people.
And we're not to judge.
Yeah,
Not to judge.
but on the other hand, if you're including children and are harming children, then you got to step up because children can't defend themselves.
Hello, Miss Silver. Bruce Foster. Oh, well, I'm sure.
What's your small business?
Oh, I own a towing company. So you never want to call me. And half the time you don't have a choice as to call me. It just happens. And that's one of the things that I'm upset with our state agencies is, again, why do they get to create taxes that affect you adversely without your legislator approving them, who you can hold accountable?
It's an interesting question. I'll have to go read NRS on that a bit.
Go read, it's NRS 233B, which is the Nevada Administrative Procedures Act, and that tells the state agency what the requirements are to create a regulation and describes what a regulation is. And then go read Las Vegas Trolley from 1989, Nevada Supreme Court decision. And essentially what that Supreme Court decision did is the Public Service Commission added the words trolley and trolley bus to a tariff back in 1989. Nevada Supreme Court said you have to follow the Administrative Procedures Act in order to do this. So here we are back to 2018, whatever it was, and the Transportation Authority, that used to be the Public Service Commission, the ones that lost the lawsuit, they added the words administrative fee, $25 to the tariff without that process. So they did the exact same act, except they put a fee with it. So there was no process, there was no legislative approval, no legislative intent, but yet you're paying a fee.
So moving through the courts?
What's that?
Is it moving through the courts?
Not yet.
At this point?
Not yet, but it will.
When did it get enacted?
Lombardo signed his contract in, 2016, 2017? See, I'll chase after the Democrat and the Republican. I don't care. Right is right, wrong is wrong.
Yeah, I'm a libertarian, so I don't
That's all I care about. The Constitution says this, the rules say this. Everybody else can live their life the way they want as long as they're not hurting other people.
I firmly believe that.
My issue with this is I see children that shouldn't be included in anything sexually. That's my view. We're all entitled to our opinion.
I would disagree, but I support your guys' right to be out here and say.
I support your right. Yeah, exactly.
I think the people that are sexualizing it in most cases are the people that are against it as opposed to the people that are having actually participated and seen what's done and knowing the people that are involved and raising 5 kids.
So you're a father, I'm a father. Well, then would you agree that it's a public space? If they opened it up to the public as opposed to excluding the public, that would probably solve the problem.
If it was a safe environment to where there wasn't protesters making it sexualized,
it wouldn't be.
That would be a
it would be the same environment as a public meeting with the library board.
Yeah, I think it's okay to say that the kids need to be, in today's world, the kids need to be somewhat sequestered away from people that do want to cause chaos.
Well, the government shouldn't be able to sequester anything.
There you go. Government can't hide stuff. With public funds, they're hiding stuff.
It's a government-owned building, right? Yeah. So they shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's wrong. It's picking a side. Don't you agree?
No, I don't agree. But
doesn't feel like it's picking a side?
No, I don't agree.
Yeah. Think about it a little more.
Did you see they're going to have another Pride Day at, I guess at Rancho San Rafael? Is that what it is?
It looks like it.
Both sides?
I do. Yeah, I am a very
They
central,
continue to push their
centrist
agenda.
person. My family's also been here since 1907. So,
That doesn't make any difference.
well, it does because we've been a libertarian state since the Constitution essentially was formed.
Well, that
That's why
doesn't
we
matter
have-
either. I mean, we still have government buildings that they could not be sequestering our kids away.
Like my grandchildren are being sequestered.
Well,
They're being invited.
no,
They're able to go.
but sequestered once they get here, they're sequestered.
I appreciate that they're being kept in a safe environment. And if that means that other people aren't allowed that don't have children in there, I think that's fine. We don't allow just anybody to walk in the public street.
I am in favor.
All children are there. You can't walk in the public street.
Yeah, well, their management of just, I understand the thought behind that because of the climate that is happening today with schools. But that's a problem too because now they can do whatever they want with their kids while they're in school. I used to go, when my kid was in school 20 years ago, I would go in the classroom and help, right? And you can't do that anymore.
My daughter still volunteers. She just has to go through an approval process. I'm allowed to volunteer. Yeah. If you want to volunteer at schools, they'll take volunteers.
They have too much control. They have too much control.
I would agree. The government has way too much control.
Okay, there you go. We'll
I'm a
leave it there.
libertarian.
We'll leave it there.
I'm a libertarian.
This isn't on the government, so.
These are tax dollars.
Yeah.
That's the issue. They're tax dollars for a private event. Why don't they go do the event at our center? Then there would be no tax dollars, there would be no protest.
That's right. We wouldn't be there.
But my understanding is they can't get insurance at our center. So,
Probably not.
so they've got to use the public tax dollars to have their event, and that's where the problem lies. I wouldn't care if they did it at our center. It's the tax dollars that are the issue for me.
I will for
Are you aware that they've trespassed me for a year?
Am I what?
Jeff Scott trespassed me for a year.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, so I'm already talking to my attorney. He's going to send a demand letter.
Were you inside the library?
No.
Outside?
So-
I'm happy to show you the video of
Okay.
him
Oh,
forcing
well,
us
let's
into the
talk about that. So on Saturday, what they did is,
And me too.
so can,
Oh, this is from Saturday?
Yeah.
or is it from last year when Jeff laid hands on me and trespassed me then?
Yeah, I'll watch the videos. I don't want anyone touching anybody.
So the problem is, and my attorney's working on it, there's a demand letter coming pretty soon, and now we're going to have a class action. And you know that money that the library needs?
Well, we need it for kids, we need it for everybody. I want these libraries to stay open.
But the problem is, here's what happened on Saturday. Well, let me ask, I'll phrase it with questions. Is it illegal to lock doors on public buildings during open hours that are posted, locking the public inside? Think about fire code laws.
Well,
I'm not out. Don't.
Being locked inside.
They were
That
locked
sounds
inside.
horrible.
They were locked inside. And when I tried to go inside the door, when they opened it for a moment, then they slammed my foot in the door. And that's why they trespassed me, is because I tried to enter the library after 10 o'clock. So the library is open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And they closed the entire library to the public for our center.
We'll have to discuss this as board.
Yeah.
The fire department was called.
I called the fire department and made a complaint because they're breaking federal fire code by locking people inside. I've got a lady on video that said they would not let her daughter leave when she wanted to leave, so they kept her in there.
My granddaughter.
His granddaughter and my granddaughter.
Oh, we got a kid coming in.
They wanted to leave on their own.
Yes, and library staff prevented them from leaving.
Is there some policy about that? Like they wouldn't let them out without their adult?
He's on the other side of the door waiting for them to come out.
Okay.
Victoria's on the inside. And
They won't let him out. She wouldn't even open the door to.
Victoria had to go open. She was sick. She had 102 fever that night. She just got sick in the day, and Victoria said let her out, and they said no. And if she goes out, you have to leave. I don't know. You have to ask Victoria the details. I don't have all the gory details, but it was upsetting. My granddaughter was crying, and then they trespassed me because they asked me to move or something. It's in there, and I can.
Yeah.
So how can I attend library board meetings now if I can't go in any libraries?
I
I'm
really
excluded.
don't know what you're excluded from. I don't know.
I'm excluded from all the libraries.
I'll send you my stuff, Ann.
That's I'll go reread it and take more leisure time, and I can send you an email with what it says. But as far as this, now I'm excluded from public meetings.
Have that information. It's entirely in Scott's purview.
Yeah, we'll send it to you.
I have a problem with banning.
You guys need to fire him. I've said this before. He's gonna. Well, like I said, you're an attorney.
Very telling, right?
You're an attorney.
He wasn't at the last one either. But last year he was at all of them.
He's a lightning rod.
No, they don't trust him to be civil.
I'm not denying or in any way arguing what you're saying. I'm just not in a position to.
You need to remain neutral because you got to say it on your stage.
But I appreciate being communicated with.
Absolutely.
That enables me to know more, at least.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Families were entering behind. Thank you.
I'll use you for our library.
And all of the families just went in.
Oh, I gotta talk to you quick.
Don't listen to them, man. Those evil boys.
Good day.
Yeah. Yeah, we just.
I love what you guys did this year. Yeah, last year was. So my daughter's one of the kids. I told them, I said, my child loves this so much. She's scared to come because of the kidnappers. Even today she goes, Mom, what about the kidnappers? I was like, I know we got more adults this year.
Kidnappers. What if they're just nappers and they take you?
Just nappers. So we were like, that's so cute, nappers.
Choose the bear.
This is a great example of why we choose the bear. Yeah.
Just I used to run the paramedic program.
I need to study.
You got one of your cards?
Oh yeah.
So that was
in my truck.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Right here. Let's do it this way. We can just change, put it in the cell phone.
What are you doing?
I just wandering around, checking things out. I looked at some.
Let me go. I'm right here. I'll grab a card.
I bought this.
I'll walk over there with you. I'll get out of their face for a minute. Maybe they'll do something stupid.
Yeah.
I think they already did something stupid. So was it just you and I? I think there was another person too.
Sandy.
So we need all three of us.
The question is, why 365 days? Why not a month?
Because that's the maximum they can do.
Well, yeah, because they want to get us away from. They don't want our free speech.
Right.
That's why. They want to shut us down, and that's how they do it. 365 days.
Cool.
So my cell, the C, that one, that's how you get me.
Good. Yeah, because let's see. So they said that I injured them. Let me show you this picture. When I put my foot in the door to go in the door.
It's on the back of this. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh.
So here I am with my foot trying to go in the door.
Yeah.
And they're saying that I injured her by putting my foot in the door.
Is that a little crease on her arm?
I guess so, yeah.
Wow.
Why was she exerting pressure on the door to stop me from coming in a public building?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I think she really injured me in my 56-year-old foot.
tender and brittle.
It is. I'm almost a senior citizen, but not quite. Yeah, but Jeff Scott's not showing up to any of these. And I guess there's another one September.
I think so.
Yeah. There we go. Why are you using, and then that NPR reporter, why are you using the word targeting?
What NPR?
Oh, he interviewed me and he asked me why I was using the word targeting. And I said, well, they don't go after old people, they don't go after, veterans, they don't go after they just go after and target the children. I said, do we have rated G movies, rated PG movies, and rated R movies, and we sequester children from these things? That's been our tradition.
Yeah.
But now we're targeting children.
Yeah, right.
DeSantis basically going to turn all the public education systems totally around, where there's going to be competition between schools. The money's going to follow the kids. Yeah, and then he posted another one is that everyone should be contacting Lombardo and telling him that he needs to take over Washoe County School District as well as Clark County because it's absolutely shambles. Yeah. And then we're aware of Tuesday, which it's a web. Tuesday is Pastor Amachuku and
see how that
Karen
goes if they gather him down and walk out.
Oh boy. Well, he has several videos where security had to lead him out. Yeah, and I appreciate the rumble. I guess I was the only view.
Oh, were you? I didn't have it. I guess it was kind of hard to find on the website. I should have put it I think I put it on the front page too. I put some links there, but I should have made a picture that click here. Yeah, made a picture.
Well, I have no idea if I'm able to make my point or not. But
I'm going to keep improving that website. I'm not even a competition for what's it called? Reno auditing Reno 911.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'll call it. How can I steal How can I hack your name? Let's see.
Compete with me. I'm good for that. Let's get more of it out there.
I'm just kidding.
I just want more of it out there.
Yeah, I like your channel. I need to explore it and get into it a little bit. One question though is do you think in portrait mode is better or landscape?
Pleasure chatting with you guys. I appreciate your knowledge of the
Absolutely.
Nevada Constitution. I think that is great.
Yeah.
And
well, that's all that matters is the Constitution. Article 1, Section 1, Nevada Constitution. You know what it says?
Yeah, we might not bring it. We might be nice. We'll have to see.
No, I'm going to bring lawsuits.
I mean, anytime the government is having overreach, I firmly believe in.
There should be. Yeah.
Well, from last year, Jeff Scott trespassed me and laid hands on me. And
that's a different lawsuit. That's a criminal lawsuit, and that's a different deal.
Well, no,
when our constitutional laws state that.
Well, no, actually, it is. It's a civil lawsuit because in Nevada there is no more qualified immunity for state employees, government employees, and there is a state.
But if he laid hand on you, then that can actually be.
But here's the dilemma.
Yeah.
Here's the dilemma. Sheriff Balaam refused to investigate it and deal with it. Okay. Sheriff Balaam ignored it.
Well, yeah, if the state won't take on it, you can't file a criminal suit. You can only file a civil suit.
Yep. So,
but if you file a civil suit,
and all of it
can lead to a criminal suit, and the statutes of limitations on the criminal suit are longer than the statutes of limitations for civil suits.
Yeah, civil suit's 2 years. Well, all I'm going to do with this, since I'm trespassed today, is this is going to get added to that other lawsuit where he trespassed me previously because it shows a pattern and a practice now. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Pattern in practice.
Yeah, I think we really do gotta do that. We gotta take it to the courts because if you don't, they just keep pushing the boundaries.
But if you want to bring your kids to this, I have no issue if it's in a private venue. My issue is tax dollars.
Understandable.
Tax dollars, and then they cordon off sections of the library to the public where they don't allow the public when they're doing these things. And you can't close a public building to the public to have a private event.
No, in today's world, I'm okay with them doing certain things to protect children within reason. And I think this is within reason what they're doing. And I think that I appreciate that my grandchildren can go into a room and not have protesting go on in that room.
Well, if there's protesters in like I said, like in a public meeting where we all go, we all sit, we all go, we all speak, and there's
don't interrupt the meeting.
We don't interrupt the meeting with each other. Both sides. I've been to several of the meetings, and both sides have been civil to each other. So what's the difference between having the public invited to this, and if there is somebody that's doing outbursts, then you kick them out because then they violated those rules. But excluding them just to exclude them because they might do something.
I think that's an inclusionary rule. If you have a child, you're included. So bring a child. Bring one of your grandchildren. You're allowed to go in.
What if you're an older person and you just want to hear it and you don't have a child?
But then they lock the doors, and that's against the fire code.
I don't know about.
Yeah, they lock the doors.
And then one of our people complained that they locked the doors, and then they did that to her. They banned her from the library for 1 year.
Well, see, I'm the one that made the complaint with the fire department.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Did the fire department show up?
Oh, they were there out on the main street. I didn't see them come in.
Because I made a complaint with the fire department at North Hills Library.
They were parked out on that street, but they didn't come into the parking lot.
They were locking people in the building.
Yeah, so I don't.
So if you put your child in North Hills Library, they locked the kids inside.
Yeah. So if there was a fire, you could get out.
Think about fire
the doors had two-way exits.
No, the one front door is a lock with a latch, and they had somebody standing by the door, locking and unlocking, and they refused to allow 2 children to leave.
Well, that would be
they had this paranoia.
That's kind of like your Boys and Girls Club statement. See, I sat on the national board.
Boys and Girls? You mean Boy Scout statement?
No. When you were talking about Boys and Girls Club, I think you said your grandkids went to Boys and Girls Club?
No,
that was another gentleman.
That was another gentleman, yeah.
Oh, that was that gentleman over there. Yeah. So I sat on the national board for Boys and Girls Club as well as several of the boards, and it's not Boys and Girls Club's policy to allow pornography. So that to withdraw your children from that. Yeah. Okay. So is it the library's policy to lock a door and lock a children in? I really doubt that is true.
Well, it's against federal fire code.
I would think it is. Yeah.
So it's a federal violation.
Yeah, I would think it is. I don't know that. That's not my area of law.
What do you do?
I'm a legal strategist.
Are you an attorney?
I have a doctorate of law.
But are you an attorney? That's a different thing.
I don't practice law.
Okay, so you're not licensed then?
Yeah.
I'm not licensed because I don't choose to be. I'm constitutional.
Hey, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. Because you would probably get disbarred or something because they don't, they control the attorneys. The Bar Association does.
Yeah. Have you read the MPRE?
No.
It's really hard to get disbarred once you get in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what if you compete and charge half the going rate?
That's fine.
Can they disbar you for doing that?
No.
No, they'll find something else to disbar you. That's how
it's really hard to disbar you. Yeah, it is really hard. And
that is wrong.
Oh, I think that's one-way street.
It is. Yeah, he's going the wrong way.
Is that guy?
I think the only way to get disbarred is taking money out of your
that's the primary way.
Your client's account.
Breaking attorney-client privilege is another way.
But that's been my
that's the main way, but they only generally, even in that case, they only get disbarred for a short period of time.
A year or
back
two.
in business.
Yeah.
No, I've filed lots of complaints with the bar before.
Cody. Hi, Cody. Oh my goodness. You are beautiful. And you know it. And I appreciate the booties. And who are you?
Teddy.
Another everyone.
He's not feeling his headband today.
Therapy dog.
He is a therapy
Can you
dog.
get on an airplane with him?
Mom picked out
we cannot, no.
Well, you used to be able to.
He's a therapy dog.
He's a therapy dog, yes. Not a service dog. They're very different.
So good. Oh, yeah.
Service dogs perform a function for you personally. Therapy dogs are for everyone else.
Oh.
Yeah, so kind of the opposite.
Did Mom pick out an outfit for you and you're refusing to wear it?
He wore it then on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Nice talking with gentlemen.
Yeah, absolutely. How you too, sir.
Like, no. I'm going to walk with you until
Perfect. Oh, our
beautiful crops across the street.
Well, the guy's phenomenal. He really was the what's the word for it? The takeoff point of Eric Metaxas getting his book and a movie documentary because you had a couple of women that were involved in the movie industry, and they helped Rob and Eric to get his book in a movie form, a documentary form. And then he is also Robert Point's involved with Green Point Patriot Academy, David Martin, Jack Gibbs.
Oh my gosh.
Phenomenal.
We watched his Green, which he talks to Barton a lot in it, that series on the Constitution.
Biblical citizenship, which Mike Barbuto just taught this last spring, and then he'll do it again. And everybody needs to take
a few times because I'm a slow learner
and see what. Oh, we all are, because we didn't get this in our formative years.
Not the way we should have. It was maybe touched on lightly, very lightly, if at all.
Bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
And the challenge that we have in Washoe County, and even talked to Pastor Felix about it, is that now the Hispanic community overtook the white community in the school system. And unfortunately, they're not being taught anything to do with American exceptionalism or civics or anything.
If I take a picture of you guys' tent, I'm with the Reno Journal. I know you guys don't want to be interviewed, so I won't ask any questions, but...
And we'll tell you no lies. No, just kidding.
Why would they not want to be interviewed?
Well, interview him. He's articulate, and he knows the Constitution.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he doesn't, we're all from it first.
Yeah.
We're not like, but he has a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
And he ran for office. Drew Rebar.
I'm Jaden Young. I'm new, so it's nice to meet you.
Where's Mark?
I took his spot. He's state politics now. So
He's state politics now.
Yeah, I'm local gov.
So are your articles free then too, like his work?
Yes,
See
they
how
are.
that works?
Yes, yeah. So.
Can you ask the RGJ to let us comment on articles?
Yeah, actually, I can. I don't know why our website doesn't allow it, but I can definitely.
They told me, because I have a subscription. They told me it's because they don't want to have a moderator and it costs them too much money or something. But it's a way for the, like for example, when that guy at the park shot that Rottweiler.
Yeah.
And then they have a picture of a Rottweiler and a chunk, Conrad. I'm thinking those people should be arrested. Rottweilers are dangerous.
Yeah.
They can kill a kid. You never know when they're going to just flip out.
Yeah.
And most people that have had one know that. And there's a reason that. So I wanted to just give my opinion on that. I saw the picture. It's like the propaganda is this picture of a Rottweiler and a child.
Yeah.
And I can't give my opinion?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you people just trying to cram your opinion down our throats?
I think we have. Do we have comments on Facebook? I don't know for sure, but I'll try to ask them if we have it on.
Yeah, tell them I'm thinking of canceling my subscription because the Globe allows comments, but KTVN, KLOLO, and KRND don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at that's the local stuff. I better let you.
I was going to say, can I ask you a few questions?
Sure, ask me some questions. I might ask you questions.
Perfect.
I'm good at that.
I love getting questions.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to UNR. I just graduated like a month ago.
Okay,
so I'm
journalism?
fresh. Yeah, journalism.
Very fresh.
And English, yeah.
Okay.
I'm fresh into the world. I'm a little scared.
You don't have to be scared of us.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah, my son graduated from there about 12 years ago, engineering.
Oh, okay.
Electrical engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, fabulous school.
That's awesome. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. And their engineering program is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
They have like all of the like advanced art stuff. I'm like, what is going on? It's
mechanical,
so cool.
civil, all the rest of it.
All of the advanced things.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead.
I'm gonna record if that's okay.
I'm recording too, so we're on level playing field.
I know. Where did you get all this like awesome equipment? I
Well,
need to
look
get
them
some.
up on the web.
Okay. What? And how do you spell your last name? I'm sorry.
It's Ribar, R-I-B-A-R.
R-A-B-A-R.
R-I-B-A-R.
Okay, cool. And then your first name is
Drew.
D-R-E-W?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what are you guys out here protesting? What's going on? What's with the signs? What are we doing here?
I'm not protesting, I'm documenting.
Okay, okay.
We all have our personal views. I'm sure you have your personal views. But my role is documenting, and what I see, I'm looking at it from a constitutional perspective, and what I see is we're spending money on a private group and a private function that excludes the general public in a public building. And they're using violence to stop people from participating in public events.
What do you mean by using violence?
They closed the door on my foot at the North Hills Library the other day and hurt me during normal library hours. The public library that's supposed to be open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at North Hills, they closed down to the public. And when they opened the door and I tried to go in, they jammed my foot and slammed my foot in the door.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
And now they've trespassed me from the library for a year because they slammed my foot in the door. I would argue that that's really a continuation of when Jeff Scott, the library director, committed battery on me a year ago, and then he trespassed me a year ago from recording the event, because that's all I'm here to do is record the event and disseminate it to the public.
Yeah.
And the public can decide what they want. Do they think that transsexuals reading to children is a good thing? Again, we all have our personal views. I don't know if you think that's a good thing or not. But my question is, why is this group from our center, why are they not doing this event in their own private space? Because they've got their own space. Why do we need to use public funds, public employees to promote a sexual agenda? And why do we need to include children in a sexual agenda? Do we have rated G movies for a reason? Do we have rated PG movies for a reason? Do we exclude children from seeing sexual things if we can avoid it? Yet here we are using public funds to push forward a sexual agenda. And so that's my question, is why are we using these public funds to do this? Why is our center not doing it on their own private property? And to even further the question, because it's really a big question, why is our center targeting children as opposed to going out and trying to have transsexual story time with senior citizens? Why aren't they trying to have it with veterans? Why aren't they trying to have it with the homeless? Why are they excluding all of these other groups that arguably could be said that they need some help too, or they need some interaction with other people? But yet this event excludes all of those people and only targets young children. So those are my questions. Why are we doing it this way? And then why is the library trespassing the general population when they want to come in and see what's going on? Because I've been trespassed for a year. So that means, as a member of the press, since I publish and disseminate information, now I can't do that anymore. I can't go to public meetings at the library boards. So now they've excluded a member of a person that's acting under their First Amendment press rights from gathering information to disseminate to the public.
So they're like, they won't let you in, like they exclude, like they'll stop you at the door, or
they'll have me arrested.
Oh my goodness.
They handed out 3 of these, one to me, one to him, and who else got a trespass order?
Me. Oh my goodness.
And she got a trespass order.
Okay. Do you mind if I take a picture of it?
Oh, go for it.
Okay. I mean, I'll take your name off of it.
Oh, I don't care if my name's on it.
All right, I'm going to see you later.
Do I have your phone number, Sandy? We should probably exchange numbers, because I think that this should go to a class action lawsuit type of a thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we all need to get together and...
How are you doing? I'm doing
If you got a card.
I'm sorry,
I don't know if I've got a card.
one yet. No.
I need to add just one statement.
My phone number.
Turns out my granddaughter, when we
Text
had
me
her
or call me.
home,
Yeah.
and they were locking her in. They would not let her
Keeping her in there. Yeah.
So it's really
What's your number?
important.
775
Is she
223
okay? Is she feeling better?
7899.
Now it's back.
Okay,
The next
good.
day,
You know,
she was,
one day temperature is weird.
I
But went
know.
home and she had 102 and a half actually when it took her temperature.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
she's fine.
Good.
she
I'm
was
glad.
crying and they wouldn't let her out.
Yeah.
It's just outrageous.
All right, cool.
I think this needs to be, all 3 of us need to be involved in a lawsuit.
Oh, wow, absolutely.
Yeah.
They kept her locked in the library.
So I have one of these too.
Yes.
And I don't know
Okay.
what you
Thanks, guys.
actually.
So she got one, he got one.
I'll go get it to my, put it in my car right here.
Oh, I've been trespassed from the library for...
I mean, if you're gonna
Am I the only one who can go in?
You are.
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck? Why did you get?
Well, they stalked me. They were following me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
What
are
I
you
did
following
was really
me? She
says,
says, well, yes.
anything.
Yeah, I'll take
And
a picture of it.
It's not been
Use it.
Because
yeah. And so this means that you guys can't step foot
for
at the library.
365 days.
You
A year, for a year, not a month.
I'm the only one who can go in.
No, not 6
Victoria's
months,
the other one.
but a year. Yeah,
Yeah.
And she's the worst one. No.
I'm the worst one. Well, certainly if you look at my website, I have all the worst stuff on it. That's for sure.
I don't know. Is yours worse than my YouTube channel?
Oh, you guys are a toss-up.
We're a toss-up. I've got
I'll go
source
grab
documents.
Okay, perfect.
I like
So
to
do
put
I.
up on mine, yeah.
I don't know if
Like,
you've seen
this
any
is
of my
from Washoe
stuff.
County School District,
I was
right?
just
Look what they wrote. They're lying. 2 of those kids are my grandkids, and you're going to tell me that I'm lying about it?
Tibbetts argumentative. In the story,
Was I argumentative? Only when they confronted me.
she would not identify who her child was, including telling us this. Violating safety protocol?
Oh, when they're locking the front
What's
door.
so safe about locking my granddaughter in?
Yeah.
When her grandfather's
And you're calling
waiting
me a liar.
outside.
Wow.
The children that she
I'm
brought
Jaden. I'm
to
from
the
the
event.
RGJ. Nice to meet you.
I'm Sandy. Nice to meet you, Jaden.
So here's something for you to ponder.
Yes.
DEI, diversity, equity, and let's use that last word, inclusion. What is inclusive about this event?
They lied.
Yeah.
How is
my thing.
excluding
Of course they did.
entire groups of people
They're saying I didn't have kids.
based on their ability to have a child?
Yeah.
Because some people can't have children,
Yeah. So hard.
so they
below
can't
the
even
belt.
participate. I'm an older guy; my kids are grown. They're excluding
Come over on this
entire
side.
groups
Let
of
them
people,
chat.
yet they espouse
Yeah.
DEI.
Uh-huh.
Now, you just graduated from college, so I'm sure you got
All the details.
indoctrinated. That's what my daughter tells me. She's getting indoctrinated with this
Try and
stuff.
stay out
Is
of
she at
trouble,
UNR
Sandy.
too?
No, she's up in Washington State.
Okay. Yeah.
But the whole education system that you just participated in, what are they teaching about this inclusion? What do they teach you? Is this inclusive as they define it?
Yes, I think so.
How is it inclusive if I can't be in there?
Yeah.
So the way the schools would teach it, this would be inclusive to exclude people. How is that inclusive?
Yeah, definitely. So at the, I know they just they decided not to reappoint a new library board member. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, well, Ringo, what's his name?
Rogers.
Roger, he sat on the far left. Same color hair as we got.
Yeah.
Been there for a long time.
Who are you
No,
guys?
he's only been there a year.
Oh, he's only there a year.
Only a year.
Yeah. Oh, I
He
didn't
said
know.
he was an appointee.
Oh yeah, midway
That's
through
right.
somebody else's
That's right.
term.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. I do
So
remember
they. I'm amazed that they did not reappoint him. I'd like to know why.
Me too.
Did you hear why?
I was at the Washoe County Commission's meeting, and I heard that Andreola, Clark, and Herman voted no because they wanted. Well, I know Clark said he wanted fresh ideas on the board, and then Andreola said she wanted somebody from District 4 to be on the board. So that's what I heard from
Okay.
them. But who are you guys hoping to have in that position? Like what type of person are we looking for to
We're
fill
looking for
that?
somebody with some more, you might say, I guess, conservative ideas. You know, because it's all been left, or whatever you want. I hate to go political on it. It's worldview.
Yeah.
Actually, it's worldview. Somebody with a different worldview than everybody except Gianna Jax.
Yeah.
She seems to have a worldview that lines up with some of us out here, but nobody else does, and so we don't get sort of a balance, you know, that we'd like to have, I think, probably everyone in government.
The representation only represents one side of our community, I believe.
Yeah.
Just like on the school board, there's one side that's very leftist on the school board. There's one side that's very leftist on the library board. So I don't believe that. I think that the middle is being left out. And I think that what I see, if you look at the numbers between Democrats and Republicans that are registered, and then independents or nonpartisans, that nonpartisan independent number is the biggest group out of all.
Yeah.
So by going far left, you're excluding 2/3 of the population. So how does that really represent people in our representative government?
Yeah.
Because we're not a democracy, we're a republic, we're a representative government, but the people are not being represented based on all of the left-leaning individuals that have been appointed so far. So even just a centrist would be good.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a real conservative, just somebody that believes in the Constitution, wants to read the Constitution.
Just willing to hear everybody out.
Yeah, and hear everybody out. So that's my perspective, not even describing it as a conservative, because I'm fiscally conservative, but my whole view is based on the Constitution. And we need to uphold our Constitution because I believe our liberties, that word is in our Constitution, I believe those have been taken away from us. And that we no longer have our liberties that are guaranteed, and we need to pull those back. And if you do that, I think the middle population base, between the left and the right, I think that represents them the best.
Trade your lanes.
Huh?
Trade your lanes.
Sorry. What is his name?
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Shouldn't be doing that.
Do you mind if I take a picture of your
No,
Instagram?
yeah.
And then can I also have your name? I'm sorry.
It's on there.
So this
Is
is
it on
where.
there? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That's right about it.
Walk back and forth. They don't want you on the sidewalk. Just walk back and forth. They don't want y'all blocking the sidewalk.
Step up.
Oh, you can walk back and forth if you want, I guess.
We're over here.
Just don't block the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's against the ADA.
Yes.
American Disabilities Act. Yeah, that's another amazing thing that they have. All these businesses they have to have a special consultant they have to hire, so they don't violate ADA.
Should he be clapping? He's a
You
security.
can stand right in front of you, sir. Just walk back and forth if you like. Just don't block the sidewalk.
Shuffle.
There you go.
Get your exercise.
I'll show you how to do it. This is how you do it.
Do the left.
To the left, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the right. Now kick, now kick, now kick.
Hey, if I have a disabled sticker on my car, can I give it back?
All right, I like that.
I'm not against that.
We were dancing together.
See, we can dance together.
Break by don't approve of what you're doing, guys. Morally wrong. Harming children. Distorting their view of sexuality.
I know. It's okay. We got it. You're doing great service.
Have a good day.
You too.
What petition is that?
Voter reg.
It's what?
Voter registration.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good.
You guys coming?
Waylon, you want to smoke? You want to smoke?
Well, later on, yeah. Yeah,
Give me a little break.
Oh yeah,
All right.
like considering, yeah. No, that's
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Cigarettes or marijuana? You smell like fun in the corner.
Oh, I know who to sue. You know who I'm going to sue? I'm going to name our center in the lawsuit. That way you guys got to spend money.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to do. That's the tactic. I'm going to name our center.
Good morning.
Welcome back. You guys need more flags?
And if I name our center, then I can do discovery.
Okay, perfect. Alright, we gotta get new residents. Welcome back, friends.
And you know what? It teaches me to really be so centered, and so that's why I try to rest it completely. Yeah, exactly.
You want to get one every 30 days. Whereas comments.
Yeah.
Don't tell
Yes, they do.
Oh, they do. Oh, they do. Never said they're Jones.
That's the way to do it.
Have a good day, guys.
That's scary.
Free lunches for the kids.
I just like to report.
There they go.
That's what I'm here for.
Your quality in life as a journalist.
Lunches for the kids, lawsuits for the adults.
But if you're on that side, then you don't know if you have to abide by your word.
Did you get your picture?
I'm J. It's spelled weird, so when you look me up, it's Jaety. My mom wanted to be special. I know. I was like, I don't know. Well, my sister is, and both my sisters are J. and they spell it.
By the way, I was here when this library opened. You know what that does for the big That's really good for life.
No, especially as a journalist, the worst. My last name's Lisa Good. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Here, you want some more information on another story?
Sure, I'm always here.
Here, I'll forward that to you. Come here. So Mark already got this email. I don't know if you're interested in this one.
Yeah, for sure.
My
I
camera
was going to say, I'm
doesn't-
nervous about that.
It's only a little bit of money. So let's see here. I'll forward this one too.
Perfect.
Because I've got a lawsuit against Carson City.
Oh no, about what?
They arrested me for recording in public, and then they hotbox tortured me, and then they've done some other things. But you know how social media blocking the public on social media has been an issue.
Yeah.
So Carson City's only edited, blocked, deleted 11,653 comments. I'll send you the spreadsheet.
Wow. That's a lot.
So what I'm trying to do with Carson City is I offered them a deal to.
Getting arrested for recording in public is crazy. I know some places are like trying to get rid of it right now, but
Well, you can't because there's a revised statute that protects you.
yeah.
So it's NRS 171-1233 that says, in section 2, says law enforcement can't interfere with you recording or me recording or him recording as a member of the press.
Yeah.
All you need to do to be a member of the press is publish.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see here.
Even then, I mean, you could just tell people you're press.
But here, I'll send this to you. Carson lawsuit offer. So basically, I offered Carson City. Reply forward. I want to reply. I want to forward. There we go. I offered them a settlement that if they would be willing to make policy changes, I would forego financial compensation.
Okay. Yeah.
And I won't go out and work on finding the 11,000 people that they've blocked.
Yeah. That's
But
pretty good compensation.
yeah, and here's all that I wanted is most jobs you've got to have continuing education to do your job. When you go out and you go ask a government employee that's taken an oath to uphold the Constitution, simply ask them, what does Article 1, Section 9 of the Nevada Constitution guarantee you? I don't know if you know what that one is.
I do not know.
But that one is freedom of the press under the Nevada Constitution.
Oh, yes.
Seems to me if they've taken an oath to uphold it, they should probably know what it says.
Agreed, yeah.
And I use that one because guess what? None of them have read the Nevada Constitution.
Yeah. I did take a class on the Nevada Constitution.
So what's your email?
It is JAEDYN, and then the letter G, and then YOUNG @gmail.com. That's my personal. It's just easier than my RGJ one.
Next. So you'll see a copy of what I just sent to Carson City Board of Supervisors this morning, the attorneys involved, and there's a bunch of BCCs in there you won't see
Okay, perfect.
that have other press
Other
outlets.
stuff, yeah.
I'm just trying to get that story out there because
Absolutely.
my view is, like I said, a constitutional view of things. How do we protect everybody's rights under the Constitution? Your rights, my rights, their rights.
Yeah.
And that's what my issue is here is I see this as being an unconstitutional use of public property that excludes the public and doesn't include all of the public.
Yeah.
Especially if you get into some of these guys are senior citizens, right?
Yeah.
Does the law protect senior citizens?
Yeah.
And they're excluded.
Yeah, definitely.
There could be a problem with that. But that's the issue that I see.
Something to look into.
But there's a whole other...
the shade for
Absolutely. But there's a whole other story you may or may not be interested in.
I was going to say, I'll look through it and I'll see if I can do something with it.
Well, and now you'll have a list of 11,653 comments, people that were blocked.
True, yeah.
Denied access.
Source, man.
He really is.
Well, ask him. He knows. I did something for him too.
Oh. He's doing something for you
Social
too?
Security. Oh, that was the other guy, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I recorded you talking to the NPR guy.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
Yeah, so we got a good clip on that. I don't know.
Good.
Were you recording him too?
Oh, the one that was
Oh, yeah.
over here earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him. His
So I
name's Bert.
moved it from him to Drew.
Okay.
So you get, because
Yeah.
Drew's camera doesn't show his picture.
Yeah. This was going and this is going, so I might have two films.
So
of it.
I'll send you the segments you want out of that. Actually, I'll just try to post it on my.
Send me the whole thing.
On the I'll try to post it like on the.
Post it wherever.
Yeah, I could Dropbox it to you.
Or if you just post it, tell me where it's posted, and I'll go pull it off of there.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then if you're cool, then I'll post it back on my channel.
Oh yeah, anything you want. I don't need money. I'm retired. I earn my money already. She has to work. She's
I
going to be a
do.
slave of the
For a
system
while.
for 40 years.
You gotta-
If you have a
Don't
government
tell me
job,
that.
then it's 30.
Then it's 30.
That's not fair. I don't think that's fair.
And how much student debt do you have, though? That's a whole other question.
I'm doing okay right now. My parents helped me out a
Do you
lot.
have roommates or are you living with your
I
folks?
do have roommates. I live with my sister. So,
When I was a kid,
mhm.
I could rent a place, I think it was 150 a month.
Yeah. That is crazy.
People could just go out. I know when I was 18, I just moved out and I'm renting my own place now. And I could afford it. I had a minimum wage job.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know.
You have 5 people in the same house.
To get something even relatively cheap,
Or
yeah.
with your folks or rent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you might like my political ideas,
You know, I might.
because all that I want is how do you make housing affordable again?
You know, me too.
Well,
I think everybody kind of wants a little bit of
Well,
that at least.
there's a whole bunch of land in Story County.
Uh-huh.
Carson City doesn't want more growth.
Yeah.
The land in Washoe County is already owned. They want a whole lot of money for it. Story County has a history of getting rid of regulations and allowing building to go forward. You might want to, there's a Story County commissioner named Clay, give him a call.
Okay, interesting.
But if we opened up all that land, we got utilities out, and we could build 50,000 houses. Single family houses, not affordable housing is a government slogan.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a legal definition.
Yeah.
Not affordable housing as the government defines it, but single family housing where people could buy the land or get on the land for a very, very minimal amount and build houses. Let's say you could get into these houses for 100 to 200 grand.
Yeah, yeah.
What would that do to all the rest of the property values around here?
Yeah, exactly.
And if you put 50,000 people out there that are already working out there, you just saved a whole lot of gasoline or electricity or travel back and forth. You just might have solved a whole lot of problems. And now we have houses that people can go, get relationships, go make babies if they want to make babies, have families, have careers out there. Oh, that's the American dream, isn't it? The middle class. That's dead. Because right now you can't buy a house. When my parents were in their 20s, they could buy a house. When I was in my 20s, it was harder, but I could buy a house. My son and daughter are your age.
Yeah. It's expensive out there.
The question is, Daddy, how can I buy a house? And your answer is probably the same as mine, or your parents, well, Dad will have to help you. And your parents are probably the same thing.
Our parents are awesome.
Yeah, it shouldn't have to be that way, though.
Yeah.
Your parents should watch. Look what I made. Watch her go.
Yeah.
And she's doing it all by herself.
BlackRock and Vanguard. They turned the housing market into a stock show, and they were buying up properties. You know, after the 2009 crash, with all this hedge fund stuff like that. They're just rich people. So that creates a shortage, and then when you have a shortage price, so then people are bidding on houses to get them, and that forces the price up to unnatural levels, and then people can afford homes. And then the apartments will follow. And then so what happens is the guy that has 200 complex or apartment complex. Okay, so he all of a sudden it's worth double the price. So he sells it to somebody because he's getting a lot more rent. So the other guy that buys it can't lower the prices because he already has a mortgage on everything.
Gotta make the nut.
And so it forces rents up too. So yeah, it hurts everybody. And the housing market should not be a stock market because they manipulate the stock market too. You know, so we got to put an end on it. You know, and so we care about other things besides just stuff like this. But we care. Like
babies.
Yeah, I know you're an adult. The minute you turn 18, you're an adult.
I was gonna say,
and you got to start acting like an adult. Like all, the generation. We have this generation. They think they're a kid until they're 30. You're an adult. You're a morally responsible person. You know right from wrong without being told by your parents. But people like you look really young to me. You look like you got a 16-year-old granddaughter.
I am 21.
You're 21. Okay. Okay. You're old enough to carry a gun.
Exactly.
Well, I think I'm going to bail out on you guys.
I was going to say, I'm going to run back over there.
I think it's all pretty much over with.
Thank you guys for chatting.
Jaden, nice to talk to you.
Yes, it was good to see you guys again. If you guys go to the library board, I will probably see you there.
I'm not allowed at the library board.
If you try, they don't let me.
If they don't arrest me for it.
I know. Yes.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I might go call Gianna Jack.
Is that a gimbal? Is that a gimbal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super nice, man.
Shutting it down.
GoPro too?
Yep.
That camera's insane.
It's kind of fun.
Jesus.
If I can get it locked up. There it goes. If I can get it locked up.
Sure.
So unfortunately, you don't got to deal with me anymore. I'm going to get out of your face.
Nobody, man. Nobody.
No, you've been cool.
Everybody got a right.
Yep. Everybody got the Constitution. Hard to argue with the Constitution.
Don't try,
Why would you? Some people do.
I'm ready to eat lunch. Just over,
I'm just trying to figure out if I want to get arrested.
I don't want you to get arrested, man. It ain't worth it.
It adds more to the lawsuit.
You ever been to jail?
Yes.
It sucks.
You know why I went to jail?
Why?
For recording. Recording the cops.
I just don't want you to go to jail, man. Just don't go to jail.
I went to jail because I recorded the cops. Then they hotboxed me. That was a fun experience. You ever been hotboxed?
Not by the cops.
the cops did it to me, so you did it the fun way.
Yeah. Every day.
No, I'm not talking about that fun way. I'm talking about they lock you back there, 95-degree day. They roll up all the windows and they close off the air conditioning vents. So they don't get to you.
Was it worth it?
I'm suing them. Was it worth it? If I can make changes so that they follow the Constitution, uphold our rights, and stop taking our rights away, then it's worth it. That's what the game is.
I don't like handcuffs. They feel funny.
They hurt.
You got these big arms and put them back here.
They hurt.
You got these two.
They hurt, man. Well, how do you know? You're a security guard. You've never been arrested.
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Why you get arrested?
I go to Vegas. I used to go to Vegas a lot.
Well, come on vacation, leave on probation.
Sometimes you gotta pee.
Well, just don't pee in the slot machine.
Sometimes you don't remember what you did, you know what I mean?
Oh, shit, man. Have a good one, Marcus.
See you, brother.
Can you hear me?
There, I can hear you.
What are you doing?
I'm getting in the car and leaving downtown Reno